Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina if you're new here, and in this video I would like to share with you my tips on how I improved as an artist through the years. The very first thing I'm going to talk about is keeping a sketchbook. There needs to be a place for you to experiment. If you want, you can have one ugly sketchbook and another sketchbook that focuses on creating more polished pages. Having a sketchbook is great for fleshing out those ideas and figuring out what you're not so good at and also improving on those things. The more you draw in your sketchbook, the more you will naturally gravitate towards things you like, and you can develop your style that way. Here are some of my older sketches. They didn't look so great, but I kept going. I also had like a large drawing pad at one point, and I would use that for more gestural drawings. Having a big surface is really good for forcing you to use your whole arm and kind of move your whole arm when you're drawing. And that also causes you to loosen up a little bit. I think working on a big drawing pad is a really great way to practice. But I also think medium sketchbooks are great. You know, something that you can fill up, and then having those like little pocket sketchbooks are like perfect to just take with you on the go. If you feel inclined to draw something out in nature or at the store, then you have your sketchbook there and you can just quickly do like a 10 or 15 minute sketch. For every single thing that you draw, you are adding a little page to your mental library. I'm gonna move on to the second thing, which is don't strive for perfection. It's totally normal to want to do a good job, especially when you're putting it out on the internet. There will be days where you think everything you make looks like crap, and that's fine. It happens. I have those days all the time. A lot of people have those days. I would say just focus on consistency. Even if you spend 30 minutes just practicing or even studying references, it's still something. Practice is so much more productive than waiting for things to be perfect in order to do those certain things. I feel like striving for perfection all the time can be kind of limiting in a way. For example, I put off uploading YouTube videos so many times because I would just say to myself, oh, I'm gonna wait until I'm skinnier, or I'm gonna wait until I have a better camera or a better microphone, or so on and so forth, just excuses after excuses. But guess what? The world doesn't really stop. Just because I don't look a certain way doesn't mean that I don't have anything valuable to share with the world, and that applies to everyone. I feel like we all have something that we can share. We all just know something that maybe somebody else doesn't know. I kind of like to look at it this way. If you have a job, for instance, at a grocery store, you don't just not go into work because you woke up feeling terrible or ugly or you lacked confidence that morning. You just kind of go because it's an obligation. So the way you show up for your job, you should also show up for yourself. Post that video. Share that silly fact that you've always wanted to share. There is somebody out there who cares. The next important thing is to allow yourself to be inspired. This might be super obvious, but it took me so long to figure this out. What I mean by this is taking inspiration from the different facets of your life. What movies do you like to watch? What books do you like to read? What smells do you enjoy? What smells do you hate? Start drawing those things. In the beginning years of my art journey, I only ever looked at other visual artists for inspiration. And that's awesome. You know, allow yourself to be inspired by other artists who are kind of doing the same type of art as you are, but it's also crucial to implement parts of your life into your work. A great way to study lighting, for example, is to paint screen caps of your favorite films. Maybe take a picture of your lunch and draw that later. So a month ago I saw this squirrel outside, like looking very like timid and kind of in a rush, and it looked like they were like holding their finger. And I'll put a picture up here, but I was very inspired when I saw that because it made me think of a character of a squirrel out in the forest foraging for food, but also being frightened of the noises of the deep woods at the same time. The next thing that really helped me with my art is setting a timer. When you're at your day job, you're on the clock. When you exercise, you time yourself. So why not do the same for your art? Set a timer for 30 minutes or an hour and use that time to sketch, draw, paint, sculpt, anything that will improve your practice. Or even if you spend 30 minutes sitting down and reading a book that would help you understand fundamentals or stuff like that. I would say the best way you can do it is set a timer on your phone, take your phone and put it at the opposite side of the room, face down, just in a way so it doesn't distract you. Honestly, when you have that hour where you can just sit down and focus with no distractions, like, you can improve a lot, especially if you're doing that every day. I feel like not getting distracted is a very important thing, because if you're sitting there an hour working on a project or trying to get better at something, it's gonna be really hard to do that if you're on your phone kind of mindlessly scrolling. The last thing I'm going to mention is keeping your space clean. Whether it's a studio or whether it's just a corner of your bedroom, wherever it is that you practice, I think it's really important to keep it tidy and organized. I'm not saying that it has to be like super minimalist or super clean or free of dust or whatever. Like, my studio actually never looks like that, but my mind always feels less cluttered when I walk into a space that's clean. Something that lives up to your standards and that helps you. Everyone has kind of a different standard on what is considered organized and clean. Some of us thrive in chaos, and that's fine, but I feel like your studio can be chaotic but still functional. It's honestly just about finding that balance that works for you. So yes, those are my habits that I have implemented through the years that really improved my art. Let me know in the comments if you have anything that you want to add to these tips, or have anything to add to anything I said in this video. Let me know if this is content that you like, and if it's not, maybe let me know what type of content you would like to see. This is still a very small channel, so I'm kind of experimenting with the type of content I want to put out, but let me know what you guys like, because I want to create stuff that you like to watch, obviously. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and making it to the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!